What's up, you guys? Sean Ross at Fightful.com here with a couple names you know, one of which we interviewed fairly recently, Jonathan Gresham. You know him from Ring of Honor. You know him from probably a little bit everywhere. We're going to try to find out where maybe he's going to pop up next. And we got Baron Black, a guy who I've been looking to interview for months. You've seen him on AEW TV. You saw him arguing. Well, you didn't see him arguing with Jonathan Gresham before this about their phones. It was a sight to behold. But we got both of you here to talk Terminus. How y'all doing? We'll start with Jonathan. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great. The lady just left the house, so I'll be having this big place to myself and the five pets until next month. So I'm doing pretty good.
My gosh, till next month?
Mm-hmm.
My God, Baron Black, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing splendid. You know what I mean? I can't complain. I'm alive. I'm breathing. You know,
I would say not. I was talking off the air. I mean, the buzz that Terminus has got over the past week or so has just been incredible. People don't know a ton about it. That's what we're here to do. But January 16th, 2022 in Atlanta, it's listed as Modern Age Grappling. I'm so fascinated. How and when did this get cooked up? Baron, please shed some light.
how did this get started and get cooked up? Well, this is kind of basically a idea that me and John had for years. A lot of people do not know me and John. We came up together, training together at a facility here in Atlanta. And we always had this idea of like, you know, we used to tell each other after training or after shows, after we was on the road together, we're going to run a show. We're going to do it and it's going to be awesome. And we was saying that for years. So if you see the line, a collaboration, years in the making, that is absolutely real because we've been talking about this for a long time and the stars finally aligned for it. And now we're finally doing it.
So as we look at this, is this a one-off event? If it's successful, will there be more? Like you got people, I saw people saying Terminus should sign this person. Like acting like there's a full promotion plan set. John, can you shed some light on maybe the plans as far as that go? Or is it we'll see how this one does?
It's a more of I like to keep things in my pocket. I'm a very private person, so that's something that I probably not want to talk about right now. It's probably something that'll come up a little bit later, but we definitely won't be signing people. That's for sure.
So this, I mean, a lot of people saw this and they assumed it was a reaction to the ROH news, John. They assumed that, oh, well, it's his new thing. This is where he's branching out to. This was in the works, according to Baron, long before that.
Yeah, for sure. I've always had like my goal of, after I finish in-ring wrestling is to be, a coach, promoter, or whatever, anything to just help out the wrestling industry, with things that I've learned over my travels and my time in wrestling. So, we've been cooking this up for a while. And it's just the timing is really funny. Everybody believes that, we don't really know what's going to happen with Ring of Honor. They could come back in April and at the Supercard, we're back to normal, or we don't really know. But it's definitely not because Ring of Honor is going on hiatus. We were actually supposed to have been running this show this last weekend, the 14th, we had decided on, but New Japan Strong ended up reaching out and having me do their 15th show. So it was like impossible for me to actually run this show here because they also flew me out a day early. So it was just like impossible to run the show. So we moved it to January 16th, which in hindsight now is probably better. So.
And I mean, we've got Jonathan Gresham, who has been in ROH, Baron Black, who's been in AEW. Not only that, Baron, I know that you interact with a whole lot of talent that isn't locked down to contracts. I mean, you see some of the best, and you're working with a lot of the best on a weekly basis. Do you already have people in mind? Have you already reached out to people that you're going to bring in for this show? Like, how does that process work?
Yeah, we already have people in mind. Of course, we had to reach out. The event is less than 60 days away. We had to reach out to people. And we're just not revealing those individuals just yet. But yeah, my experience at AEW, I've seen the best of the best. You know, and my tenure in other places before I got to AEW, I've also seen some great talent as well. So, yeah, we have reached out, and those announcements obviously will be coming up, and you'll see who we have on board.
And we've seen talent from like Myron Reed and MLW all the way up to Seth Rollins and WWE shout this out, retweet it, give it some love. So, I mean, obviously the talent themselves across multiple promotions seem to be excited about this, John. So what did that say to you? I mean, it seems like it carries a lot between yourself and Baron that you guys are the ones running it. And it's got to feel good that so much talent is showing you all love.
It definitely does. My message of the foundation is not just a gimmick. Just because the foundation exists within Ring of Honor, I feel like it's a ideology, and it's a way of thinking. People that believe in wrestling changing, because it does change every couple of years, every decade or so. It starts to change. The wheel is round. Right now, high spots, high flyers are really popular, but to me, I really feel like things are coming back around, and the technical, pure wrestler is going to be at the forefront of wrestling again. We deserve it. We've been suppressed for so long. So I think the ones that see that and believe in it, and can appreciate it are finally gathering to see what Terminus is going to be, and they're wanting to share it to get more eyes on it and help out. The wrestling community has been tremendous the last couple of days, and I really appreciate everyone that has retweeted and interacted with the tweet. I really appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, you got like Chris Jericho and Riddle and a lot of Helms who is a WWE producer right now, like all sharing this. Baron, maybe how do you feel? How did you feel when you saw that? Because I mean, there's got to be that element of the unknown, like how will people react to this? And it's one of your creations, so that had to feel really great.
Yeah, it did. In the planning process of when we released that trailer, I was discussing to John the idea around the trailer, and he kind of agreed we should do something like that. And yeah, we was even though he didn't admit to me at the time, I know he probably was nervous as much as I was. I was like, man, what if we put this out and nothing really happens?
Yeah.
And it just sits there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I think the TV trailer put together was very well done, and I was like, I think people will be interested simply because of who John Gresham is and who I am, for the people who do know who I am. And the response was, to me, I was taken back. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? I was not expecting that. It exceeded my expectations completely. So I was very happy to see that.
As we film this, it's been viewed over 200,000 times already.
Yeah,
that's fantastic, and that's great, and it speaks a lot of the reputation in which you two carry within wrestling. And like, there's a lot of questions like modern age grappling. What does that necessarily mean? Because as we went on the air, we had mentioned some people have gotten it wrong. They've mentioned like modern day wrestling, modern day grappling, things like that. We'll start with Baron. What does that tagline mean to you?
For me, and John, he has his perspective on it, because the name was really a collaboration between both of us. He gave me his view for the modern age grappling tagline, and I was like, I agree with that, and I support his view on that. And the Terminus name was more something I brought to the table to him, and he was like, yo, that works as well. That kind of fits what we are trying to do as well. So it comes on in. From my point of view, outside of viewing from John's point of view on modern age grappling, it really just showing wrestling in a different light, a modern light. Like you said, wrestling changes every few years, you know what I mean? And we want to show them what the modern age grappler looks like, and what the presentation will look like, what a show with a modern age grappler will look like if they're on it. And he can elaborate more on his side on what modern age grappling is.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's my
John.
cue. Okay,
Yes.
well, in my mind,
that's the segue, John. That's the segue. What are we doing?
Calm down. Now, for me, it kind of derives in my mind. I've sat on this for so long because I have this thought in my mind about like wrestling being perceived, and while we're watching it and we're suspending our disbelief about it as a sport, it's been referred to a lot now as entertainment. And while that's fine, I feel we might have talked about this before, Sean, but I feel like it's kind of like you're listening to music. Today you want to listen to country, tomorrow you want to listen to whatever, hip hop or whatever. I kind of feel like wrestling should be the same. In a perfect world, every company would represent something different. For example, WWE would be entertainment. Then Impact would be kind of like Chikara because people die there and come back to life. Ring of Honor was like a sports presentation. So like I think if we could all kind of come together and figure out, hey, this is us. We'll stay off of your toes and you stay off of ours, and everybody could just kind of be their own universe. To me, that would be perfect, but that is not the case. So I'm trying to kind of bring that idea to Terminus. So the name modern age grappling actually kind of derives from the idea of the original rules of wrestling, also kind of mixed in with the uh, the pure wrestling rules, but also a little bit. I have a huge influence of the Mount Everest style of wrestling, which a lot of people know is as World of Sport Wrestling. So I kind of have this idea to squash all of these rule sets together and create something very unique and special. And they will all find out very soon when matches are announced and the style of matches are announced. So that's pretty much how the modern age grappling kind of came about. It took a very long time to concoct this. Maybe since 2012, I've been thinking about this idea. So, yeah.
So, like, do you draw inspiration from like UWFI or anything like that? I mean, that type of style, or is this going to be? This seems like you're taking some of the best ideas from a lot of these motivations and want to apply it to a new product.
Yeah, of course. A lot of people. I was just having a conversation with a buddy the other day about like psychologies of booking. Some people just like get a show, get a couple guys, and go, "Oh, let's make a match." But you got like the King's Road style, and a lot of people don't really understand what it means. Besides, it's being this cool Japanese tagline for all Japan, or the Arc style from Noah, or even Strong style from New Japan. Like they have psychology to them. If you watch the match and you really pay attention to like the selling and like the storytelling within the match, you can kind of tell the difference between the styles. And that's basically what I want to create. So yes, you're right. I'm taking a little bit from everywhere. For myself, I like a lot of the UWFI tag team psychology I use in my tag team matches, and I would like to kind of explain these styles to the talent that we are using so they can kind of better their craft or be inspired by the things they might not be watching regularly. I really believe a lot of these psychologies are hidden gems that are just being lost in wrestling with all the cool moves and flips. When at the core of wrestling is storytelling. The core of wrestling is good versus evil. And the only way for good versus evil to exist is to have a rule set that heels can break and fans can get up in arms about. So to me, that is what modern age grappling is.
I love this approach. I'm very, very interested in it. Baron, as you look at this, are there any distinct ideas that you had and you're like, okay, this is important to me that we include this?
Yeah, it was one of the main things I really wanted is like also always giving an opportunity to people who don't necessarily always get that chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll use myself as an example. Without the pandemic, I don't know if I'm where I'm at. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, got to discover me, got to develop their opinions about how great I am or whatnot. And that only happened because of the pandemic. So if that never happened, I probably would have never stepped through that forbidden door to AEW. So I want to make sure people who was in my position, who is just chomping at the bit, trying to get an opportunity, trying to be seen, the door is just not opening for them yet. I want them to also have that opportunity with Terminus. So that's one of the main things that me and John actually talked about, where, hey, this is an individual I've been watching, I've been keeping an eye on. He's really good. He's really good at his craft. He knows what he's doing. He just ain't got the opportunity yet. And that's one of the main things that I talked to John about, and that Terminus will provide that opportunity for individuals. who need it.
And Baron, to kind of stick with you, you mentioned getting that opportunity during the pandemic. A lot of people wondered like what the makeup of AEW and some of the talent they would use when they went back on the road. Well, they used you in Norfolk, they used you in Chicago, I think, and in Texas as well. Multiple places in Florida after that. I mean, that had to feel good as well to show that, okay, I showed that I deserve this opportunity and now they trust in me.
Yeah. I feel like there's a certain trust level there. I'm very comfortable with everybody there. Everybody's very friendly. Everybody. I mean, we've been in Jacksonville together for almost over a year. So you get to know everybody. People become accustomed to you. You get comfortable. You make friends. And yeah, I think there's a certain trust level to have there. And I developed a lot of good relationships. And I was more than ecstatic when we first went on the road. I was right there in Miami. I was right there, and that was one of the first matches of when crowds came back. So our relationship is really, really good. I love that.
And John, obviously ROH is in like a state where a lot of people don't know what's going on. However, you have been announced for December 11th, 2021, final battle in the ROH World Championship match. Can you sort of walk us through finding that out? Did they come to you before they announced it? I know a lot of times like that stuff just gets announced on social media. How are you feeling heading into that? Because Ring of Honor has been obviously a significant part of your life of late.
Yeah, it definitely has been a huge part of my life. Ring of Honor, we spoke about it before in our last interview. It changed my life. I was on a very different path and different road, getting in trouble and things like that. And then I found Ring of Honor. I was already a wrestling fan. Then I found Ring of Honor, and then I became obsessed. And I truly believe to change someone's direction in life, they have to find something that they are just completely obsessed with, and they can't put it down. They can't stop looking at it, and that kind of gets them off that bad road that they're on. And that's what happened with me with Ring of Honor. And so to be in the position I'm in now is just is I don't know. It's almost full circle for me. Win or loss, I have accomplished more than my dream. But to get to your answer, I didn't really know. There was, the office likes to let you know of the possibilities, but nothing's in stone because that's just wrestling. People get hurt. Plans could change. So for a while there, it was like, yeah, we're thinking about moving in this direction. And, I was like, great. The whole pure title thing was happening. I dropped the belt at the time, and I was just happy with everything I had done. I had accomplished my goal, which was bringing pure wrestling back to Ring of Honor. I really feel like, and even to this day, that it could save Ring of Honor. So that's kind of how it was like laid out to me. I lost the pure title, and they told me this is a possibility, and I just said, "Oh, great! If it happens, great. If it doesn't, then I had a really good run as pure champion." So I was really happy with that.
And as far as the unfortunate news that the deals were going to kind of come up and all that, did you have any sort of heads up? Because I mean, I had heard that maybe it was just 2 weeks before they were having talent exchange meetings with GCW. So I mean, obviously there were some pretty different plans in effect just a couple weeks before.
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't know. I got a phone call from a close buddy maybe 30 minutes before we had the big Zoom call with the whole roster. And they said, "Hey, Gresh, I don't think this is going to be a good call." And then we had a little discussion about that, and it ended up being true. It wasn't a good call. So, yeah, I didn't have a heads up, though, besides that one call from a buddy 30 minutes before.
And to sort of wrap up the ROH stuff, we had heard that most talent that are signed through the end of the year get paid until then. Talent that go beyond that are paid, I think, through March. Are you able to kind of clear up your contract status there? And if has anybody reached out to you? Because we've seen Willow Nightingale, Trish Adora, Jay Lethal all pop up already elsewhere.
I think everyone that knows anything about me knows that I am on this boat until it sinks. My contract will expire in December, but even with no contract, I am loyal to Ring of Honor and to the end.
That says a lot about it. I mean, that was what you said to me months ago in our interview. So nice to see how that sticks. Baron, when you look at what's going on with ROH, and unfortunately, as we filmed this last night, another wealth of WWE talent got released. You look at that, and you are actively out there working the independent scene. You're doing a lot of stuff there. Do you ever look at that and like, how will this affect me? How will this affect my bookings? How will this affect Terminus? Like, who will be available for that or not available for that? How do you all kind of weigh all this stuff that happens? Because quite frankly, this can change a lot of things.
Yeah, it's you get a lot of different thoughts when unfortunate situations like last night happen with all those releases, because you kind of feel for them, because a lot of us kind of started as children having this dream of becoming a professional wrestler and finally getting to a major stage, and to get to that point and then have it ripped away from you in such a way, it's very devastating. So I can understand what a lot of those guys are feeling right now, because I know how I would feel if that would happen to me. And also you look at it from like us at a Terminus standpoint, there's a lot of talented individuals that, you know, we could potentially contact if they're available, to also keep their dreams alive. You feel what I'm saying? Keep them working. And it's an unfortunate situation when stuff like that happens. Some of those releases that have been recently, just this year, some of them was close friends of mine. So I know how much it hurt them, and I didn't want to see them in that situation either. It sucks, but there's always a path forward after something like that happens. As far as how it affects me, it just it makes people have to work harder. It's more people out there for competition wise, and you just have to work harder. I don't see it as a negative. I see it as a positive. That means, hey, I have to be on top of my game. I have to work harder. I have to be A++ in everything I do, because that's just the nature of the game, the nature of the beast. So
sure.
It's many different emotions about it, but mostly it's really to sympathize with how they feel, because I just would hate to actually feel what they feel when that happens.
And based on what it looks like the direction of Terminus might be, we've seen people like Marina Shafir, who never really got to show what she could do in NXT, and she's like, let me go to Bloodsport and show you what I can do. Like, it feels like there are going to be people that take a look at this and they look at Terminus as a destination. Like, let me show people what I can do that they might not have any idea what I can do. Like, we've seen Steve Macklin. Like, I don't think a lot of people knew that he could do a suicide dive and spear somebody through the ropes. They didn't know that Deonna Purrazzo was going to be a 1-year world champion. It's not the end of the rope, leaving WWE or ROH or anywhere else. But like, I'm sure that you all being in the ring with a whole lot of talent, there's people that you guys know are capable of a certain style or a certain thing that fans around the world might not know. Jonathan, especially with like how well regarded you are for your technical ability, are there like people in your head that you're like, oh, I can't wait to book them because they're going to do something special here?
Not really. I think I've always had this belief that a lot of wrestlers don't present wrestling the way that they want to, because they feel like promoters and the fans expect a certain genre or style from wrestlers. So they force themselves to do these maneuvers and these kind of matches. But are you doing what you love about pro wrestling? I am doing exactly what I love about pro wrestling. I think that's why people it resonates with people, because they understand that I truly do love what I do. A lot of guys on the independents and the bigger companies, they all start to kind of wrestle the same way. Spots are being recycled a lot, and it's because they're not doing what brought them to the show. They're not doing what made them love pro wrestling. And in my mind, I want the men and women that are doing what they love about pro wrestling. Don't think about what John Gresham wants you to do. I want you to present wrestling the way that you see it should be. I feel like pro wrestling should be pure. And that's the way I present it. And people resonate, and they accept it because they know I feel that way, and they can see my passion for it. At least that's the way I feel. And so that's what I want to express, and I want the wrestlers that work for us to do. I want you to come here and do exactly what you love about pro wrestling. So I don't have anybody that I can look at and go, oh, I want to bring him or her here for this particular reason. I just want you, when I book you, to wrestle hard and do exactly what you love about pro wrestling, whether that's a 630 to the outside of the ring or a sleeper hold. Like, I want you to do it with passion. That's it.
So you mentioned him or her. That would imply women will be involved in this promotion because, I mean, quite frankly, there's some indie promotions that don't have women involved in them.
Most definitely. The only way to have women's wrestling further develop is to use women on shows so they can learn more, so they can show you what they're made of, so they can be main events, so they can be world title holders. To me, it's just, you have to just open the floor and let them do whatever they want. It's just, to me, it's easy. It's simple.
Probably doesn't hurt with your connection to women's wrestling. I mean, you've scouted an awful lot of talent. Obviously, Jordan's there. She knows she's seeing good talent every weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, and also wrestling them. So that's a big help to me too. Like, I watch too much wrestling, independent wrestling. I can't watch the mainstream stuff, but I watch a lot of independent wrestling, and I see so many great talents, that I would like to work with, whether it's intergender or, regular matches with guys. But yeah, I get a lot of help from my lady as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the main things. I think that's one of the first things we talked about. I was like, when we was putting Terminus together, what are the female grapplers / wrestlers that we're going to use on this debut show? Because I believe there's quite a few of them out there that are really good. I came into passing with a lot of them through AEW. They came through AEW, and I've seen a lot of them on independence. And that was like one of the first conversations. It's like, okay, which women wrestlers are we going to present on this debut show? And I think the ones we have chosen are going to be pretty great.
So one thing I would like to reveal. I think this is pretty easy.
Here we go.
I think it's kind of juicy. But anyway, for the longest time, everybody has gotten hooked on this term. I'm not really fond of it, but they want to call everyone superstars.
Yeah.
WWE came out with it, then Impact started to say it, and like independent shows started to say superstars. I hear people talk about themselves and call themselves superstars. To me, I don't like it. I want it to change, be different. So in Terminus, the wrestlers will not be known as wrestlers. They won't be known as superstars. They will simply be known as grapplers.
Nice. I like that. I was hoping you were just going to bury everybody and say they're not superstars. They all suck compared to me. I just wanted you to bury everybody.
Let's just get this right. I do not believe that. Just get that. Yeah, let's just get that across.
It's possible. So another question, and understand if you all can't answer this yet, any broadcast or filming plans?
Did you hear that? Oh,
he got an echo. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
See, he doesn't even know how to use his phone after he buried
Are you there, John? John, are you there?
Oh, we lost him. So Barry can answer that.
He can't hear anything.
Listen. Just answer it for him. Just give me the scoops right now while Jonathan Gresham isn't listening. I'm leaving this in.
John, boy, you look like an old man with a text message right now. Look at him. Oh man, you look like a Steve Harvey meme right now.
He's looking for Snake or Solitaire on his phone right now. I love it. He's completely lost it.
Oh man, we really lost him. We can hear him.
Unhook your headphones.
John,
we'll just rock with the echo for the last 2 minutes of the interview.
What is he doing? Why are you
swiping? This is so staying in. This is not getting edited out.
Oh my God! Don't edit this out. This is hilarious. Look at this man.
This is amazing. This is your future ROH world champion here. This is the Booker of Terminus here.
Hello?
I just heard the
hear your alerts, but we can't hear you talk.
He's out of here.
Oh my God. Okay. Sean, what was the question, Sean?
I asked, and I understand if you all can't answer this.
Yeah.
But are there any broadcast or filming plans for this, or is that something you're still working on?
We have nothing to announce right now on that situation. All I really want to do is to tell everybody to come to Terminus. You're welcome here, and now he's frozen. Oh wait, he's unfrozen.
Back.
Yeah.
Is he back?
I want everybody to come to Terminus. It's going to be an experience that I think you will enjoy 100%. That's why we had a tagline, all roads lead here. We want you to come to Terminus. And he's still not fixed.
I love it. I kind of love it, to be honest with you.
I love it too. Do not edit any part of this out.
I'm not. Oh, I'm not at all. Absolutely not.
Oh man!
Look!
Oh man! You done messed up the whole graphic.
He messed up the graphic.
You messed up the graphic, man.
Hold on. There we go.
All right.
There we go. So for those that
he'll come back in. He'll come back in.
He'll come back in.
Just messed up the whole graphic, man.
I know.
I swear.
Sunday, January 16th, 2022. Oh, he's back. He messed up our graphic, but he's back.
And now I'm in your spot. Oh no, I'm back in my spot.
Well, so I gotta go without my headphones because I'm not trying to figure that out right now. But Mr. Hughes called me and just messed everything up.
Like Curtis Hughes?
Like, I'm like, damn it, Hughes, and like,
is that the Curtis Hughes?
Yes.
Is he getting booked for Terminus right now?
We actually had that discussion, and it's still we're still debating about it. Actually,
you got to blow off the feud with Jericho from like 22 years ago.
Oh,
like,
he's still got the urn though, so that's what he's most concerned about. He wants to take it.
So we were wrapping up Sunday, January 16, 2022, Terminus in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Kroc Center. I believe it's the Kroc Center. Is it the Kroc Center?
It's the Kroc
Center. And of course, also final battle, December 11th, 2021. Hopefully, we're tuning in to see Jonathan Gresham become the ROH World Champion. I am excited. I'm happier than a pig in shit over that match. I'm excited. I'm ready for it. And I'm so ready for Terminus. I know this is something that you two have put an awful lot of thought, an awful lot of love into. So as we wrap up, Baron, we'll start with you. Tell the people anything else that they need to know. Obviously, match announcements are going to be rolling out soon.
Yeah, talent and the match announcements will be rolling out soon. I think this is the part where we tell them that thing, right, John? Is this the part? I think it is. I think you're going to get some exclusive news, John.
I'm ready.
You know how I am with remembering things, so.
Okay, well, we talked about it. It's too late now. We're about to give it to him. So, we would like to have the first talent announcement right here, right now. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's right. It's cool with me.
Oh, wait. Which one are we talking about?
You know which one.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right, I got it. I remember now.
Okay, I'm about to say, I hope you don't back out.
The first talent announcement that we're going to release.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Sean, are you coming to Terminus?
I'm going to try, obviously.
All right. Okay. All right.
It's a crazy month, and traveling out of Kentucky ain't the easiest thing in January.
Oh, you in Kentucky? That's a jump, skip, and a hop, man. Come on.
Oh man, I'm up by Ohio. With the right trajectory, I can piss into Cincinnati.
So the first competitor, the first grappler to be announced for Terminus, January 16th, 2022, is none other.
Oh,
first of all, before we go, that's the wrong one.
Oh!
I forgot, man. I should have let you handle it. I forgot what you said.
Okay, Sean.
Would you be able to edit
that one out? Would you be able to edit that one out, John?
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
We can give you the other one. That was the wrong one.
I'm gonna edit it by just putting a censored over it. That way the people know that I knew. Just so they know that I knew.
Now you finna know two people now, because that one was for another day.
Okay.
If you remember, John.
This does go live Monday the 22nd, just so you know.
Yeah. So the talent announcement. Yes, please do that.
Now I remember.
The talent announcement, Sean.
Let me do it.
The first one for Terminus, Modern Age Grappling, where style make fights, is none other than Red Death, Daniel Garcia.
Oh, nice. So now I can confirm at least 4 people on this show personally.
What?
I mean, you 2 are going to be on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Obviously, yeah.
I'm not wrestling on the show.
You're not? Terminus.
I think he caught you because the camera got a delay. But
that's just him messing up talent announcements again. That's
you botch. Look at you botching spots already. Look at it.
Hey, as long as I don't do it in the ring, it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Of course, guys, follow Baron Black. Follow Jonathan Gresham. It's mirrored here, so that's the way I point now. And check out Terminus, January 16, 2022. Thank you so much, fellas, for taking the time.
No problem. Thank you for having us, man.
Appreciate it.
Until next time, we're out.